Oh my God, there's no win. And I hate situations where there's no win because in any situation, I'm gonna give you all advice. In any situation where there's no win, you're gonna have to pick the loss that is the least or that's most acceptable. Do you get what I'm saying? If I get like I've get yo, people been thinking I'm switching sides because I gave Kendrick credit for a great video. It's a great video. People haven't cared about a video in a while. He dropped a great video. I give him some compliments for that. I see all these other platforms. They're running Academics finally admits. Bro. And this is why I'm like, yo, every time I'm on stream now, I feel like I'm on like a presidential podium. And I understand exactly what politics is. A nigga will have a 5 hour or a 3 hour or a 2 hour speech. They clip 20 seconds. Look, you see what he said? This is what he feels. No, I don't. Like my nigga, with all due respect, and they won't run this. This is the most I've ever listened to Kendrick Lamar in my life. I listen to Euphoria a lot. I do listen to Not Like Us a lot. I don't be, it's not, listen, this is how my playlist works. I listen to Euphoria, Not Like Us. I don't listen to none of them other like woke, like ashy scalp music that nigga is making. The fuck are you talking about? I'll go back to listen to Drake. You get what I'm saying? And not just only Drake, that's just not my musical palette, bro. Like, for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get into some, like, I gotta feel like I'm on some, like, Wakanda shit to play songs like Humble and DNA. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay? Like, my nigga, half of the time I'm off the drink. I don't want to hear a nigga basically giving me a Martin Luther King speech while I'm fucking drinking. Fuck out of here. I want to hear about bitches and beaches, all right? Now, there's nothing wrong with it too, though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like y'all watching me and I'm just ranting. I don't even got nothing for tonight. I'm just probably gonna rant. I just hate the fact that I can't be like again. I told y'all I'm biased, but I can't even try to be a little bit neutral. Now, this is what I thought. I woke up today and I thought this. Yo, Ack, they've already just said you're Drake's nigga, or like, and pause on that, and like basically saying you're on Drake's side so much that why even attempt to try to give Kendrick Lamar any type of props, which I think he does deserve props. But why attempt it if all the narrative of everybody else beyond your stream that's gonna take what you say is gonna be like, oh, nah, he's switching sides. Stay over there. Oh, even the biggest Drake fans. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, if y'all think I'm already biased, man, fuck that nigga Kendrick. I don't give two fucks. If we doing picking sides, perfect. I would just love to own. I don't give a fuck about covering Kendrick. Let's just cover straight Drake. So I'm at the point I'm like, they think I'm biased already. Let me just go straight and just cover all Drake shit. Fuck what Kendrick got going on. Because it's not like I'll get a fair shake. We'll be like, all right, you know what? To keep it real, Drake's guy, Axe guy was Drake. He wanted him to win the battle, but he's kind of giving Kendrick a lot of credit for how he handled the battle, and he's giving credit for the pop out. He's giving credit for the fucking video. It's just turned into some other shit. Anyway, all right. Let me pull up some comments. YouTube, are we on? I know YouTube is mad at me. I seen y'all jokes on there. Yo, we clown this DoorDash too much. He not even streaming no more. Yeah, this is a late night stream, so I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be scattered thoughts. I don't want to do exactly topics, but we will do topics if you get what I'm saying. Somebody said they want to see you grovel. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, and this is just for me to y'all, right? Really, I kind of blame Kendrick for this. I think when he kind of threw me into it with 616, and he's like, act as compromise. It it was a smoke signal to give everybody the pass to be like, now, and here's the thing too, because yo, I'm so scattered thoughts tonight. This is why I try to have an organized stream. Anyway, when Kendrick put me in 616, right? It gave everyone the idea or the thought to say and use. And by the way, it doesn't hurt me, but I do realize that these days, like for anybody who thinks, let me just say this, bar none. Hey, and I'm saying this with the most humble tone I could possibly say it with. I don't give a. I'm I am numero uno when it comes to media personalities. So if you think I've lost in this, you're an idiot. This cemented me up there with the greats, the legends, the biggest battle in history will always be in the lexicon that it played out on Academic Stream. There is zero loss for me. You do have to realize that. However, so if you're thinking this is a personal loss, no. Actually, this is actually a career booster. It doesn't matter. I do think, though, this, and I feel bad for this, because Kendrick said that, it's now made anything I say, people try to twist and use against Drake. And I feel bad for Drake because of it. For example, if I give Kendrick some props, they're going to twist it and be like, yup, even Drake's mans is saying this, which is like, it's kind of sucks for Drake, right? So it's like, either I got to literally go be the OV ho. I'm sorry, it's just a funny term. OV ho. Or any type of neutrality gets used against Drake. So by the way, if anybody's watched me, yeah, I'm probably one of the biggest Drake fans ever, but I've always criticized Drake. Now, if I criticize him in this moment, they're like, yo, he's switching up. Yup, what Kendrick said was right. Drake is done. Like, it's, again, doesn't affect me personally, but I do see how they're running narratives about that is affecting Drake, right? Like, they're acting like everybody else is using me against him when, honestly, I'm just not trying to be that biased. So I'm going to watch, like, I've been playing Not Like Us or Euphoria at the beginning of my streams for about a month. I'm going to say, damn, Kendrick, good job at this. Or, damn, that's kind of good. I'm going to point out, like, hey, Drake, you're not in the best light, when it comes to culture at this moment. Hey, maybe you shouldn't go to the white party. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to, like, shit on my nigga or shit on my favorite rapper, but I've always criticized them, right? I thought Certified Lover Boy, when I heard Certified Lover Boy, wasn't going to be that content. I thought For All the Dogs, when I heard the title For All the Dogs, wasn't going to be that content. And I criticized it. Right now, if I criticize Drake, they're like, yep, there it goes. If Axe says it, it is true. And I'm like, fuck, let that nigga live, man, which is one of the reasons, truth be told, obviously there is new music coming, but I'm like, let me let Drake cook up and do his thing without us even really communicating, because anything, just naturally, when I get on the mic, I'm going to expound thoughts that might even come from conversations I had with people. And everything I say, I try to use against a nigga. If I make a joke about Drake, I'll be like, yup, that's what he said. Drake is done. So, I don't know if y'all understand that thought, but I felt that was rather unfortunate. Like, and I still think it's rather unfortunate, right? So, like, I'll give you an example. This is an example that happened today, right? So, and I was never going to respond to this. So, again, I'm on Clubhouse with Wack, And okay, this is the headline. Look how many people, 43,000 people like this shit. This is me on Clubhouse. No context, no nothing, because it's popular in the narrative to try to drive home this, yeah, Drake was a liar during the whole beef. Kendrick is the truth. Even Ak, who's Drake's guy, is seeing the real now. He's coming to, which, let me play the clip first and then we'll talk about it. So I'm on Clubhouse for 5 hours. This is a 30-second clip. A 30-second clip from a 5-hour conversation.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I talked to my man from Spotify. I won't say the name right now. But legit Spotify nigga, he said, hey, yo, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that person on your stream was talking about. Them Kendrick streams is real. That's what
I'm saying. What I did, I called the people that I know oversee those people that play like that. And I PTR'd it on my floor. They said, whack, we didn't work that. We didn't touch that.
Now, all right. So, and I've said this before. Once again, every time I speak about shit like this, I have to remind y'all, I am the biggest winner in the Drake and Kendrick beef. I hope y'all understand that. You do, like, I have to say that because people think that Ak is down bad. No, I am up tremendously. I'm up 52. Now, I say that because I'm also not, I know, yeah, Drake's my favorite rapper and we communicate, but we're not like, okay, you do this. No, it's not like that. I'm still doing my job. Put it like this. I'm trying to talk to some people right now to come expose Meg Thee Stallion about some fake streams. There's always some shit going on. Now, when I brought the person on that was talking about this not like us shit, right? That timing wasn't sent by Drake. Drake didn't send a nigga. That is honestly, I didn't give a fuck what it was. If somebody wanted to come on and expose Drake, I would have brought him on too. That's the funny thing about it. It behooves me to have this conversation. Now, the conversation about fake streams is bigger than Kendrick and Drake. And that's what I realized. Maybe my timing was off because nobody could see why that conversation is important beyond, well, you platformed the nigga who said Kendrick had fake streams. And if he did, so the fuck what? Nobody's denying that this song is only idiots are still on Twitter trying to argue that Kendrick fooled people with fake stuff to win, if you want to believe he won. No, that's not what it is. Like, this song is moving. What the fuck? Like, again, now, two things could be true, and this is what I realized, and that's what I was saying about being biased. If you be nuanced, you switched up. So, like, me being nuanced, like, I remember even me talking about the whole Kendrick and Drake shit when it came to, like, allegations. I'm like, yo, both of these niggas probably lied. That's what I said. But you know what they clip? Well, fuck the fact that we expect him to say Kendrick lied. Is he saying Drake lied too? My nigga, we're all fans, but use your fucking brain and stop being stans. Drake probably capped it up about the Whitney shit. Clearly they look like they're okay. And of course, Kendrick capped it up about Drake having a kid and it's a pedophile. Same thing. I've been kind of saying that for a while. But when people put it out, they're like, fuck what he said about Kendrick. Did he say Drake capped it? Drake was capping? All right, run that as a headline. You know what I mean? You can't have nuanced conversation. And that's what that's what I hate when Stan Wars happen. So here's a nuanced conversation. Truthfully, some of the Kendrick streams or whatever might be botted. Also, even like, for example, say The Hard Part 6, the 1 million dislikes in a day. Probably botted, right? Now, is that why Kendrick, in a lot of people's minds, won? No. And it's like a retarded thing that we keep, like, I don't even know why we keep talking about it, because I don't give a fuck about this whole bot shit because everybody's botting. So that's the thing. Two things could be true. Is Kendrick shit very organic? Duh. Maybe was there like some bots involved at least at first? Probably. Both things could be true. But nuanced conversations don't go too far when stands are involved. Now, let's talk about this. So I said I talked to my man from Spotify. Now, here's the thing. And let me expound a little bit on my guy, or not my guy, but just anybody I've ever spoken to from Spotify or any DSP. I've never heard somebody from DSP be like, yeah, go look at so-and-so streams. Half of them shits are fake, and we allowed it to be there. The mere fact if they work for the company, even if, and this is what I'm saying the argument gets pushed to. You're not going to get a individual from a company that's going to be like, oh yeah, half them shits is fake. You're just never going to have that, period. Because if they're then complicit, right? Now, if someone did have supposedly fake streams, hopefully they will be removed or whatever. But if you then take this to mean that, oh, okay, well, if Spotify deny it, and by the way, let's slow down with the Spotify denies. It's my homie that's in the building. You know what I mean? So he's not speaking for the whole company. You know, he's speaking under the capacity of his knowledge, right? This is not Spotify making. Spotify would issue a statement. Like, they're not issuing statements, okay? That's just me. I talk to a lot of people in the music industry. Now, here's the thing. If you want to believe this, you're going to believe that there's no botting in music at all. And I'm here to tell you that there is. 100,000,000% there is. Again, some artists are more egregious than others. Some artists will bot beyond, I think there's almost like an acceptable range where people are like, oh, you're not going too crazy outside of, like, that looks like it's you. And then there's certain artists, like, I remember back in the day, I think like Soulja Boy botted like YouTube. And niggas was like, yo, bro, you have 1 million views and like 45 comments. Like, that's not real. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, botting has turned into really, you know, advanced shit now where, like, people, you realize, yo, if the comments don't match the fucking views, like, people are going to know. But if we're having a nuanced conversation and take it off Kendrick and take it off Drake, once again, I don't know if it's Kendrick fans or whoever, I got to keep issuing disclaimers. Nobody's trying to make a point, or I'm not trying to make a point, that Kendrick Lamar got a win in a battle, or the only reason why Kendrick is seen as winning the battle is because of botted streams. No. We seen the pop out. We see the energy. If you go into a nightclub, if you went outside, this song is playing everywhere. It is organic. However, in moments, and that's what I thought when I brought that guy on, it was important. I thought in this moment we could also start hitting the nail on the head with the bot culture, because all of these artists are doing it. All of these artists are doing it. Now, obviously, people don't care about the real topic I was trying to bring to the forefront. They only care about Kendrick and Drake. I'm telling you that we're in the era of bots. Like, and you know I know we're in the era of bots because I've talked to these record labels. And I've talked to them, and they've waited for the first week projections. They have hit me and begged me or offered to pay me. Could you not tweet that out? It ain't going to be, he ain't going to sell 25. He going to sell 50K. I'm like, nigga, how the fuck you know he going to sell 50K? You know what they're going to do? They're going to buy sales for the rest of the week. They're going to bot the shit for the rest of the week because 25 is going to look crazy. You ever seen like a projection for an artist and it's kind of low? Then you see the final and it's like mad higher. You're like, oh, maybe people just start picking up on their listening. No. The label's like, fuck. I don't want to throw no, which artists, you see, I'm too close and I don't want to put certain people and also expose certain private conversations I've had. I'll say this, and I got to be vague enough that y'all can't distinguish who it is. There is an artist. There's an artist that perception wise, they were supposed to be doing higher numbers. They dropped the record. When they dropped the record, after the first 2 days, projections came out. I put it out. I also talked about them on stream. Now, when I talked to I'm trying to be vague. When I talked to the people associated with their label, I didn't talk to them that week. I talked to them like maybe a month after. And they admitted to me. They said, hey, again, I'm only pausing to be vague because I don't want y'all to figure this out. Because I also have these conversations with these people, and I know I have a big mouth. Pause, but a lot of this is, yo, hey, Ak, I know you ain't. If I, you know what, if there's something you should say on your stream, I'm gonna tell you like, oh, you could tell people that, and if we're just having private conversations, you're not gonna go blab that too, right? So I'm being very vague because I don't want y'all to figure out nothing. So this artist should have sold this, right? Should have sold this, but they were projected to sell this. It was way under. And I talked about the artist, and I started to kind of even clown the artist. Now, I didn't know what was going on at the time. I was like, damn, this motherfucker is not lit. Anyway, a month after the sales actually come out, which was still low, I talked to them, and they said to me, they said, Ak, you were right. And the label themselves said to me, they said, we had a meeting midweek, and the option was on the table for us to, like, get these other people to influence the streams that we could get higher sales. So basically, without saying much, yeah, yo, this artist is projected to sell low. It's going to be a whole whirlwind of them flopping. We could change the course midweek and get it to be lit. I'm not even going to look at the comments because I don't want y'all to name people. I'm not even. And the label said this to me. The decision was made to not bot the person's sales or streams to get a higher first week sale amount. I'll tell you why. And I hope this part doesn't like make you kind of figure out who. They said the artists need to be humbled. Because I guess they were having conversations going into the album, leading up to the album, that the artist was delusional about how hot they were and how much people were consuming their shit. So it's one of those things they're like, all right, you're going to have to fall flat on your face. We're not going to botch your streams that people be like, oh, they did decent numbers. They allowed the flop. They allowed the flop. They allowed the flop. I don't know. I'm looking at comments. By the way, I've been pretty vague. There's none of y'all have got it, and I don't think y'all get it, which is good. Because there's a big part of this. If I said it, I would easily know who I'm talking about. Regardless, the point of me even saying that was to say this: labels themselves know that they can manipulate streams and streaming numbers. Now, you're not going to hear anybody from a DSP be like, these are publicly traded companies. Now, once again, I keep saying no one, like Spotify didn't issue me a statement. My mans, or my homie, or my shorty, or whatever. Like, I got to be vague with that too. Somebody know over there, they would just say, nah, this shit's real. But also you have to realize, if a publicly traded company admitted to allowing fake streams, it devalues them, right? So they're going to say, oh, if there's ever any fake streams, we catch it, whatever. I think there was an article about it where they were like, "Yo, Spotify itself, um, I think one of their PR people was like, yeah, nah, we usually warn the artists. Like they kind of give a little process. Yeah, and not saying they're lying either. But the point of me saying that is you're not gonna get a publicly traded company to admit their streams. It's like YouTube saying, yeah, all the Mr. Beast videos, yeah, half them views is not real. You know how much money they're making off ads and selling that nigga's videos to advertisers? They're never gonna say that, even if it's true. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, just to give you the example of the nuanced conversation I was trying to have. But everybody now is just taking it. Well, Spotify denied it. That is facts. What happened to nuanced conversation? This is bigger than Kendrick Lamar. This is bigger than Drake. This is about, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think as time goes on, that's what we're going to realize. I guarantee these conversations are going to come up, and y'all, you know what y'all going to say? Months later, years later, maybe Akademiks was up. Maybe he had a goal in mind about fake streams, because now I love reporting sales, but a lot of that is being manipulated, right? So if we could start exposing some of this shit, and again, let's get off of the Kendrick shit. Bruh, the nigga shit is lit. Like, put like this. If Kendrick, think about this. If Kendrick streamed 1 billion times for a song and 30 million, right? 30 million was, let's say, botted. Who cares? Y'all have to realize 30 million out of 1 billion is like 0.3. You do know that, right? If he streams 1 billion times, and even if 30 million was botted, it's like 0.3. So my point is this. I don't, like, it's ridiculous, and I would never make the assertion that that's the reason why Kendrick has succeeded or win it. No. But if we're going to talk about fake streams and bots, let's talk about fake streams and bots. Now, I get it. At the juncture where I brought somebody on, they were talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. But that's the only way to really get some of these conversations on the forefront. Because of my relationships, and I'm kind of cool with some of these guys, and I'm not trying to like air them out when they're not in the limelight for that at the moment. There's like 3 artists, they bought every album. Like, I won't name them, you might know them. And I'm kind of cool with these guys. I'm not saying I don't know if they do it, if they're aware of this, but every time their albums come out, it's always bought it. Wait, did I get my math right? Wrong? Yeah, 30 million of 1 billion, that's 0.03. Yes, 3%. Did I say 30%? Sorry. Anyway, so I guess I said that though to kind of like just add on to the conversation. And I can't get mad at the people who would take that and use it as like, oh, there's a clip. Yo, Axe said he spoke to somebody from Spotify. They said they're real. Yeah, that's an acceptable clip. I think people just have to use their thinking caps. What the fuck were they gonna tell me? You know what I mean? They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Them shits. Also, here's the thing. If I'm telling you that most of the industry is able to finesse or fake streams, why do you think that these companies would either actively catch them? Because if they know that niggas is faking streams, it's on them to remove them. So, nope. Again, YouTube isn't going to comment about fake streams because they're going to almost acknowledge like it doesn't happen because of their protocols. But could you fake YouTube streams? Yes, right? I think that's kind of like, you know, again, it's a little bit more nuanced than just did Kendrick. Like, bro, like, yo, you know what I realized? And remember when I said after the Not Like Us video drop, bruv, and trust me, the longer the moment lasts, it does help me because I guess I'm still central to a lot of this stuff. But bruv, when are we gonna just move? Like, this shit is over. It is over. It's done. And I know some of y'all might be like, well, act no, nigga, you keep talking about it. Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to talk about Kendrick and Drake. To be honest, other than these diss songs, there's nothing I want to talk about as it relates to Kendrick. Yeah, have you ever realized that? When it comes to Drake, we talking about, yo, why he go to the white party? Why he's on Wagwan Delilah? Why he's on... With anything with Kendrick, only thing we keep talking about is this battle. There's nothing else to talk about. Everything with Kendrick is only this. This is what I'm saying. I can't. When the music video dropped, I said, all right, good. Let's get away from this moment that we could talk about other shit. Like, I'm still gonna talk about Drake, but I'm ready to talk about the new music he finna put out. I'm ready to talk about, okay, what's the next 6 months to a year gonna look like for him? I'm ready to talk about, all right, he's giving us CLB, Fall the Dogs. He did Honestly Nevermind. He's back with Gordo. Are we doing Honestly Nevermind 2? Or are we about to, should he go back on a Scorpion wave? Let's do half rap, half. That's what I want to talk about. But niggas only want to talk about this goddamn battle. Okay. Y'all are in the comments going crazy. Let me see. Extremist Clip says, no way you think the Hard Part 6 dislikes were botted. With lines like, I'm way too famous for what you suggested. I'm way too famous for what you suggested. When most are PDFs and the Epstein angle is what I expected. Those are some of the worst bars of all time. Extremists. Again, this is what I'm saying. People are judging everything based on who you like. It's no way on earth you think the Hard Part 6 was just a horrible song. I'm sorry to tell you, brother. Like, it's no way you're telling me that this is just a fucking horrible song. I get it. You might not appreciate his angle because some people feel like he's waving a white flag. Some people feel like this is not what you drop after Not Like Us. But you're telling me that this song is not a good song? Like, I mean, what? It's a lyrical song. If you've ever listened to lyrical Drake, he's being lyrical on there. Again, you might not like the content and the angle, but he's being lyrical. You're telling me that this deserves... Bro, you know what songs get 1 million dislikes like in a few days? Bro, we're talking about Soul Train. We're talking about like an abomination of audio. That's what gets 1 million dislikes. Why are y'all acting like this is the worst shit y'all have ever heard? What? Oh, man. I don't even know if I could play it. Can I play it?
In 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connect, stand up, not fall down. The ones that you...
The beat is hard too, man. I like that beat. Bro, we're not saying that song was effective in the battle. I'm saying when we're talking about dislikes, I'm saying, do y'all think that song was so atrocious that 1 million dislikes in like 2 days is what it deserved? Come on, bro. And fuck deserved or not. Do you think 1 million people went to dislike it? No. They're botted. Also, this is another reason I'll tell you, you know it's botted. Oh, I can't even see the likes right now or the dislikes. So it hit 1 million dislikes, like literally after like the first week After this, is how you know it's botted. It hits the mark real quick, and then afterwards, you don't consistently see dislikes anymore. Like the dislikes is leveled off. Like it kind of almost like it stopped. And the like to dislike ratio kind of got back to normal. That's why you know that increase of dislikes was fake. You get what I'm saying? The point is this: if 1,000,000 people dislike this in a week, it's been 2 months now. It should be 5,000,000 that disliked it, or 3,000,000 that disliked it. But it's still at 1,000,000 dislikes. So you're telling me everybody who disliked it just all disliked it in 1 week, and everybody, by the way, the views have kept going up. It's at 21 million. And everybody else who heard it after that just was like, all right, we're just not going to dislike. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I hate that we're even arguing this, by the way. So y'all, all right, man. I cannot win with y'all, man. Let me ask y'all a question. For the people who, you know, I think a lot more people are invested in seeing maybe the downfall of Drake, or seeing Superman bleed. Like you want to see the king get humbled more than they are Kendrick fans. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I could open my Spotify. I have never played a Kendrick song as much as I've played Not Like Us and Euphoria. That says a lot. Like, if you look at my play count on those, I've never played no Kendrick song as much as that. Like, nigga, I get Kendricked out. Nigga, all that pro-black wokeness bullshit, nigga. I do a good power 10 minutes, 20 minutes of that, and I'm good for the week, nigga. It's like going to church. You go to church, you're like, all right, I'm good for the rest of the week. I'll catch y'all niggas next week. You play, for me, I play Kendrick for 20 minutes. Don't say to me, hey, all of that like humble shit. We ain't listen to that on the daily. Hell nah. Nah. I listen to that real quick. I feel like I'm on my, my Wakanda Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna be all right, wave. You know what I mean? Fuck them niggas who did that to George Floyd. You know what I mean? Shout, you know what I mean? I can't believe they did that to Mike Brown. And then after that, I'm like, where the bitches at? And I cut that shit off. I don't know about y'all niggas. I listen to Kendrick like he church. All right, you know when you in church, all right, cool. You don't read the Bible no other time. You show up to you show up to church, you like Psalms 24, like you reading and shit. You don't read that shit no other time. That's how I treat Kendrick's music. This is the first time I've bumped Kendrick music. I've probably listened every day for the last month. Because, yeah, these songs are catchy. And I'll go back and catch some shit, yeah. But on a regular circumstance, I do not listen to this. Yo, I listen to this nigga. Yo, I remember, which, by the way, I was even being objective then. Remember when that nigga dropped To Pimp a Butterfly? I said that album had one of the least replay value of all time. But critically, one of the best albums. It's an amazing album if we're just analyzing, okay, bars, content, the technical aspects of shit's great. Am I gonna listen to that shit over and over again? Hell no. Nigga, after I listened to that shit once, I think I did a review on it on YouTube. I said, all right, yeah, I'm not going to listen to this shit for the next 5 years. Yeah. A lot of his music is that for me. For me. I don't know about for you. For me. Now, Damn is different. And by the way, I'm also, I hate when fans think they're gangbangers. They be like, yo, you can't like Kendrick now. Shut up. I like music. Now, I do think if I'm supposed to go off that little intro snippet that's on Not Like Us video, I do think that I think he might be going back to that sound that is kind of more reminiscent of what he did with Damn, that's palatable, that is lyrical but also catchy, that people could replay more. You know what I mean? When he's in that bag, I love it. Because listen, I don't want to listen to a nigga who sounds like he's just rapping a Dr. Umar speech. Like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Make it a little catchy. Like, since like we're doing music here, people. Like, this ain't a fucking TED Talk. So you could get all lyrical miracle all you want. You could talk about all this pro-black woke shit, but at least have it with a bop to it. That's all I'm saying. Now, if I'm hearing this snippet that was on the Not Like Us remix, kind of got a little bop to it. So he probably is going back to that style, which I would, I would listen to Kendrick more if he does that. But if he drops some shit like, y'all remember that album? Put like this, and I know some of y'all be lying too. Everybody act like y'all remember a couple years ago when